Hi guys, Jake here with you today, and today I'm going to be showing you the Netcom Wireless Outdoor Access Point NP30 730 model. So I'm going to be unboxing it. As you can see, this is the box it comes in. Open it, comes with this little thing saying connecting your NP730. Yep, cool. And in here, packed nice and neat, is the little thing. Now this is designed to go outside. It's designed to be in the weather, get wet, all that kind of stuff, and still give you wireless access point. So it's not a router, it's just an access point. As you can see, you put your RJ45 thing in there, and also your aerial goes in the next bit. And this part's the part that gives you the power over Ethernet. This is a little bracket, PowerPoint thing, and also the aerial, which is you really need, obviously. So as you can see, I've put the aerial on. Now to connect it up, I'm connecting it up in my lab at the moment. So I'll need to connect my power over Ethernet point into the power and also connect the network into the side that says network, and then another network cable into the side that says PoE, which is power over Ethernet. And that power over Ethernet thing will go into the access point, and it'll give it power and also network. So yeah, that's basically it. So now I'll just hook it up. As you can see, this fits right in here. Well, you can't see at the minute, but you will see shortly. So yep, I've got a dud cable there. Now these are actually really good little units. So you want one with a clip. So it'll just clip in. That one has a clip too. So I'll use this one. That little plastic bit, it makes it hard to go in. So now just plug that in there. Plug this into the PoE side. See, PoE over there, access point. And then the other side, RJ45 into your LAN. So that'll go into a switch or into your patch panel, which will lead back into a switch or a router or something. So I'm just going to plug it into the patch panel here, and that goes off to the router, and I'll be able to access it. So now that's all hooked up with power and everything. What you'll want is you'll want this little thing that's on this site, which I'll put a link to the bottom, and you go downloads, and in the downloads there's this little utility which is right there, which I've already downloaded, so I'll just run it. Now this utility, it lets you it finds the access point and lets you change the IP address. Now always before you change the IP address, make sure there's nothing else on that IP, because it will muck it up a bit. So as you can see, it's found the access point, that's the IP. I'm going to need to change this IP because it's on a different subnet. So I'll show you how to check what IP it needs to be. Is you go into the command prompt and type in ipconfig, and that'll give you IP configuration, which as you can see, mine is a 192.168.0. whatever, so I need to put it on something else on that same network. So here I'll go IP settings and the username password, which by default it's admin and no password. So give that a different IP, which 229. I know there's nothing on 229, and also the gateway, which is the address of your router or whatever your gateway is, which you'll also see in the IP config. So now that I've set the IP address, I'll go back to my browser and I'll be able to type that IP address into there, and oh, sorry about the dog too, and then it'll bring up the login page. So 0.229 I think it was. Yep, 229. And just hit enter. And as you can see, it's taken me straight in because I've logged in before actually. But it'll usually prompt you for a username password. Type in admin, no password. Now in here, it shows you all of your system information by default. So it tells you that it's access point, all this other stuff, device name, the IP address it's been given, the operation mode, because you can also have this as a repeater. So inside of here, so now I've come back. Inside here, I will be able to go administration and give it a password, because you shouldn't leave it as blank because somebody can log into it and basically do whatever they want with it. So you should give yourself a password, hit apply, it'll do its little processing, and then you'll have a password on it. Now IP settings, you can change your IP in that, but what we really want to do is, when you click something you'll be prompted for the password. So this is the thing you'll usually see. Type in the password that you've put in, and now you're into it. As you can see, you can put in SNMP, which is Simple Network Management Protocol, which I've never used. But you can also back it up and restore inside of that setting. Put your time settings, automatically detect time, put your time zone in and put in your server, or you can manually set the time. It's up to you. As you can see, log, you can enable the log. Diagnostics lets you ping, make sure it's connected, and do a trace route if you need to see what your next hop is or anything from there. So as you can see, I'm pinging Google's DNS server, which is 8.8.8.8, and it's working, it's connected to the internet. So now what I want to do is set up the wireless network. As you can see, generic one, you can have multiple SSIDs on here on different VLANs, but I only want the one VLAN, so it doesn't matter. And I want to put on, I want to have it, these are the different wireless network things you can have it on, the different channels. Now to change your SSID, you can go edit just there and change whatever you want and then hit apply, and that'll change it all around. Now I think this is really good. I've used these out in the field and they're quite good, easy to set up, they work well, they last. It's actually a really good little thing for outdoor. And if you've already got a power over Ethernet switch or router, well then you don't even need that little box, it'll just power itself. So now I'll show you. If you go edit, inside here you can change the SSID and you can add security into it, which is passwords if you want a password. So as you can see, it's got all these different security methods, WPA, WPA2, and you can put in your key and do all of that stuff. But I'm not going to do that today. Anyway, that's it for me today. This was a review of the Netcom Wireless Outdoor Access Point model NP730, which I think is a really good model. Okay, see you later.